Hello everyone, my name is Kennedy Opoku Asare, a student at the University of Oulu in Finland. Today, I am going to present our work entitled Me in the Wild, an exploratory study using smartphones to detect the early onset of depression. This is a collaborative effort of researchers from the Center for Ubiquitous Computing at the University of Oulu in Finland and the Mobile Sensing and Health Institute at the University of Pittsburgh in the USA. Depression is a prevalent mental disorder and a leading cause of morbidity and disability worldwide. Depression affects more than 300 million people worldwide. Depression could lead to adverse health outcomes and suicide if not diagnosed and treated. Hence, timely and effective mental health interventions have become an urgent priority. Pharmacotherapy and psychotherapy for depression exist. However, a key challenge to the depression diagnosis, treatment, and monitoring is the inadequacy of assessment methods outside the hospital appointment in everyday life. Clinician-rated and self-reported depression assessments are applied typically with long intervals and thus missing out with the moment-to-moment changes in symptoms of depression between assessment intervals. The ubiquitous presence of smartphones and wearable devices in our modern life has given an unprecedented opportunity to continuously collect data that may substantially assist clinicians in diagnosis and monitoring the symptoms of depression. The objective of this study is in threefold. The first objective is to develop a smartphone application to passively and continuously collect data sets that inherently captures human behavior relevant to depression. The second objective is to quantify human behavior patterns, for example, routines, rhythms, and interactions that are useful in understanding depression from smartphone data sets. And lastly, to investigate the feasibility of identifying anomalous out of the ordinary human behaviors with unsupervised anomaly detection methods, thus enabling early detection and monitoring of depression. The symptoms of depression include hypersomnia, insomnia, physical and social isolation, psychomotor agitation and retardation, among others. These symptoms of depression may manifest as anomalous out of the ordinary behaviors in the context of the individual's routines. In addition, anomalous behaviors often translate into critical, significant, and actionable information, prompting just-in-time interventions. For instance, hypersomnia or insomnia can be quantified from changes in sleep time, wake-up time, and sleep duration using GPS location, physical activity, screen interaction, SMS and call logs, ambient noise, and light intensity datasets. Similarly, physical and social isolation can be quantified from the disappearance of physical activity, reducing of exercises, the reduced social interaction using smartphone data such as GPS location, physical activity, SMS, and call logs. Informed by literature, we developed an Android-based smartphone sensing application called Me. We used the AWARE framework in developing the Me application. The Me application passively collects sensor data, including GPS location, physical activity, call and SMS logs, and screen unlock interactions. The Me application can also collect HTML-based self-reports such as Big 5 personality traits and the patient's health questionnaire depression assessment. We conducted a user study with 11 participants for 4 weeks. The participants' age ranged from 19 to 37 years with an average of 26.55 and a standard deviation of 6.02. Out of the 11 participants, 6 were female and 5 were male. 6 participants out of the 11 reported a history of clinical diagnosis of depression, anxiety, and other related mental health disorders. At the beginning of the user study, we invited each participant separately to an onboarding meeting. During the onboarding meeting, the participants signed the informed consent form. After signing the informed consent form, the participants' demographic data, including age, gender, and level of education, were collected. The Me application was then installed on the participant's smartphone. A baseline depression symptoms assessment of the participant was collected using the 9-item patient health questionnaire via the Me application. During the 4-week data collection period, the Me application passively and continuously collected data including screen unlock events, keyboard interaction, call and SMS logs, phone application usage, and GPS location. The Me application also prompted participants at weekly intervals to provide self-assessment of depression symptoms using the PHQ-9. At the end of the 4 weeks data collection period, we invited participants separately to a post-study debriefing. We analyzed the smartphone data to compute morning, afternoon, evening, night, and daily behavioral trends for each participant. For example, from keyboard interactions, we computed behavioral trends such as sum, minimum, maximum, mean, standard deviation, and entropy of the time difference between 2 successive keystrokes. In addition, we computed inter-keystroke speed, pause rate, and error rate. From GPS location, we computed the sum, mean, standard deviation, entropy of the movement distance and speed. In addition, we computed variability in location and the number of significant locations the participant dwells. Next, we analyzed each participant's 4-week behavioral trends to detect anomalies using an ensemble of unsupervised multivariate anomaly detection methods, including local outlier factor, connectivity-based outlier factor, k-nearest neighbors, and isolation forest. In contrast with supervised methods, unsupervised anomaly detection methods do not need to be trained with labeled dataset of normal and depressive human behaviors. In addition, anomaly detection could be more suited for detecting the onset of depression and monitoring the symptoms of depression, given the complex, dynamic, and heterogeneous nature of depression and the scarcity of objectively labeled behavioral dataset for depression. In the post-study debriefing interview, each participant was presented with visualizations of anomalous behaviors flagged in the participant behavior trends. Participants were asked to reflect on the visualizations of the detected anomalous behaviors. Whereas some participants could not retrospectively recollect events leading to the anomalous behavior, most participants could quickly explain, relate to, or confirm the detected anomalous behavior. For example, the visualization on the left of your screen shows the keystroke trend of participant P10 on a specific day. The x-axis shows the hour of the day, and the y-axis shows the keystroke speed, the number of keystrokes, the keystroke error rate, and the keystroke pause rate. The visualization shows that the keystroke speed, top left of the visualization, gradually declined during the morning and evening hours, with a slight increase during the afternoon hours. The error rate, bottom left of the visualization, and the pause rate, bottom right of the visualization, sharply rises and declines between the 15th and the 20th hour of the day. When participant P10 was asked to reflect on this anomalous behavior, the participant said, I had a party on the 26th, and then I remember I really used my phone on the 27th. I was emotional. I have been in a bad mood, and yeah, fighting over test. Another example was when participant P1 was presented with visualizations of their screen unlock and phone application usage for a particular day from morning to the night. When participant P1 was asked to reflect on this anomalous behavior detected by our anomalous behavior detection algorithm, the participant P1 said, I usually sleep quite well, but some nights I haven't slept so good. And during the using of this app, I had to change my medication and increase the dosage, and that could be the cause. Also, using Spearman's correlation coefficient, we analyze the relationship between specific symptoms of depression assessed with the 9-item patient health questionnaire and the detected anomalies in all participant behavior trends. We found a negative correlation between anomalies in keystroke behavior and PHQ-9 question 7. We also found a negative correlation between anomalies in keystroke behavior and PHQ-9 question 8. These results suggest that participants with difficulties in concentrating on routine activities are more likely to exhibit anomalous keystroke behaviors. The results also suggest that participants feeling restless and fidgety are more likely to exhibit anomalous keystroke behaviors. We also observed a negative correlation between anomalies in phone usage behaviors and PHQ-9 question 3, and a positive correlation between anomalies in phone usage behaviors and PHQ-9 question 4. This suggests that participants experiencing insomnia or hypersomnia are more likely to exhibit anomalous phone screen usage, anomalous phone unlock behaviors over time. In addition, participants who feel tiredness, stress, or poor appetite have low energy are more likely to exhibit anomalous behaviors in interacting with their phone through application launches and screen unlocks. To conclude, human behavioral patterns relevant to monitoring the symptoms of depression can be passively and continuously collected using smartphone sensing. Unsupervised anomaly detection methods could be useful in flagging specific and meaningful out-of-the-ordinary changes in human behavior over time. Smartphone sensing combined with unsupervised anomaly detection could be useful in monitoring the symptoms of depression in human behavioral trends to enable just-in-time interventions for depression. For instance, depression monitoring systems could trigger an on-demand depression assessment based on the increase of anomalies in behavioral trends known to correlate with depression. For future work, we would replicate this study on a larger population cohort to explore further the relationship between anomalous behaviors and the symptoms of depression. In addition, we would explore ways to improve the human behavior modeling and anomaly detection algorithms to be robust to changes in human behavior due to, for example, winter and summer seasons. On behalf of myself and other authors of this work, we say thank you for your time in listening to this presentation entitled Me in the Wild, an exploratory study using smartphones to detect the onset of depression. We invite you to read the paper for more details, and if there are any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.